Good morning, Miss Amanda.
Good morning, Miss Amanda.
Hello, Miss Amanda.
Good morning, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm at school today and I had a problem with the computer in grade 4 and I was not able to start on time. My apologies for making you wait, but I had to get help and assistance to get the meeting started. Okay, I'm really sorry. Okay, a little change in plans because we're running a little late. We're gonna start today with grammar. Okay. You need
Good morning, Miss Amanda.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm gonna mute everyone so that we can begin, okay?
Good morning.
Good morning to everyone. Okay, guys, I muted your mics so that we can get started. When I call on you, I'll unmute you so that you can answer. If you'd like to open your camera while you answer, you can do that, but please close it after you finish. Okay? Very quickly, I'm going to take your attendance. I'm so sorry that I made you wait. My sincerest apologies. The computer in grade 4 was giving me a hard time. So alhamdulillah, we finally fixed the problem and here we are. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the next writing in our book. Yes, Mohammed, what's your question?
Miss, the chat is disabled, so we can't take the attendance.
Yeah, I didn't ask you to write your name in the chat today because I'm at school.
Oh,
All the
okay.
chats were disabled. That's why I didn't ask you to write your name.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, Farida, what's your question?
Miss Amanda, Omar Al Tawil is in the waiting room.
No one is in the waiting room, honey. Everybody has been entered.
Oh, okay. He just said that he was in a waiting room.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so today we're going to talk about composite writing, our next writing in the book. And we're going to talk about how to organize, organization, how organization is important. Yes, Malik, what's your question, honey?
Miss, what books do we need?
I just said we're going to do language arts first. So we're going to use the language arts book. Okay, language arts notebook, language arts textbook, language arts practice book, just like every day. Okay, when we do language arts, the 3 books, practice, textbook, and notebook. All right. Now, let's get back to composition and organization. I'm going to let you read today. Let's see. Jemana, why don't you start for us, please? Read the introduction to the paragraph.
Okay, to create a well organize the paragraph, a writer must present all the sentences in a clear, logical way. This will
Make.
make the information in the paragraph easier to read and understand.
Okay, very good. So we have the introduction telling us that when we write, we have to put our sentence in. Raise your hand if you know what logical order means. No one remembers logical order? We took the word logical as well, so we should know what this means. Yes, Lan?
The order like first, second, first, next, then
No, this is,
finally,
no,
as soon
no, that's
as.
wait 1 second, honey. That's chronological. Chronological means the order by which it happened. But logical means something a little bit different. Abdurrahman, what can you tell us? What does logical mean?
Something means sense. That makes
That's
sense.
exactly right. It's an order, thank you, Abdurrahman. It's an order that makes sense. We have a clue in the sentence here. It says sentences in a clear, logical order. Something clear is easy to understand. So logical means it makes sense. Okay, thank you very much. All right, so when you're writing, the order you write in has to make sense to your reader. Remember how we talked about getting dressed for school and how you don't put your socks on after your shoes? You put your shoes on after your socks. It has to make sense. Okay, I'm putting hands down while I'm talking. If you have a question when we finish discussing the box, I'll ask again if you have questions to raise your hands. Okay. All right. So here in the guidelines, let's see. Let me get another reader. How about you, Farida?
Miss, I'm trying to ask everybody for the page. Can I have the page and I will read?
Okay. I'll give you the page number, but whenever you guys don't know the page number and you're looking for a page number, you can always check the table of contents in the front, okay? The front of your book has a table of contents. And it's
Oh,
written that on page 298 is composition and organization. So you can always check your table of contents at the front to help you when you need to find a page, okay? All right, so we're
okay.
on page 298. Farida, I'll come back. While Farida's looking for her page, let's see, Hamza, how about you? Can you read this, start reading the box for us?
Sure. Organization refers to the way ideas are
I
put
can't hear you, honey. You're away from the mic.
and the mic is next to my mouse. Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Okay. Organization refers to the way ideas are put together in a paragraph. In a well-organized paragraph, sentences are arranged in a logical order. To
Okay, so we
organize,
said, 1 second, we said organization is how we arrange our ideas, how we put them in. When we've done a good job at organizing our sentences, then it makes sense. The order we wrote them in makes sense. It's easy for our reader to understand. Aisel, do you have a question? Hello, Aisel. Aisel, I think you have a bad connection, dear, because I'm trying to mute and unmute you and it won't allow me, which means your connection is not stable. Okay? All right. Continue, Hamza, the next point.
to organize a paragraph by time order tells the order in which things happen or should be done. Use words such as first, next, then, later, after that, and as soon as to
Okay,
organize and
so this is what Leanne was talking about when Leanne told us about time order, how we use first, next, then, last time order words to put our events in order. So if it's an event that has happened and we are explaining the order of it, or we are giving directions and we are explaining the order to do the directions, then we can use time order words to help us tell what has happened. Okay, or if we are planning, we can use the future tense to try to explain. So we can use these time order words when something has happened already and we are telling the person how it happened, or we can use it when we want to explain how to do something and we give them the steps that they should take. Okay, so this is time order words. Time order is called chronological order. Chronological order means in the order in which it happened, okay? All right. Continue, Hamza, last point.
To organize a paragraph by spatial order, tell how things are arranged. Use words such as inside, outside, over, beside, above, near, next to, and on top of.
Okay, great, thank you. So the next thing that we have is spatial order. We can tell time order, which tells us the order of the events in the time that they happen, first, next, last, then. We can tell spatial order when we tell how things should be arranged, where they should go. So time tells us when, spatial order tells us where. Words like inside, outside, above, below, on top of, between. Okay, these are spatial order words. ISO, can you hear me now? ISO, I'm still trying to unmute you and I can't. I don't know if that's because your connection is bad or what, but I'm trying to unmute you and I can't. Farida, do you have a question?
No, I just wanted to read.
Okay, honey, I'll come back to you when I get to something else to read. Malik, what's your question?
No, I forgot to lower my hand.
Okay, honey. All right, so again, organization is how we put our sentences together. A well-organized paragraph is written in an order that makes sense. An order that makes sense. And time order is written in the order in which the events happen. It tells us when, okay? Spatial order tells us where things should be put, where things are, where things should be arranged, where things are currently at. It tells us where. Whatever we're talking about, it tells us where. Time order when, spatial order where. Any questions about the information in the box? Any question about the information in the box? Okay, great. Oh, there we go, 2 hands. Yes, Reem, what's your question?
What does spatial order mean?
I just explained that spatial order means when we use words like inside, outside, above, below, beyond, next to, beside, nearby, words that tell where something is. Time order tells when, spatial order tells where.
Okay.
Okay, honey. All right. Now let's move down the page together. This is a list of directions, okay? And it tells you how to do something. It's going to tell you how to change a light bulb. So we're going to listen to notice how the words are written in an order that makes sense, okay? All right, Farida, go ahead.
Okay. To change the light bulb in the playroom, you must first turn off the light. You will find the switch beside the window. Next, you must remove the old bulb. Standing in a low stool. Turn the bulb to the left or counter clockwise until the bulb comes out. Place the old bulb inside a box or basket, so it does not package. Reach up and carefully screw the bulb into the socket by turning into the right or clockwise. Finally, Turn on the light bulb. Turn on the light switch to see if the new bulb works.
Okay, so if we notice, the directions that are given to us in a process. It tells us the first thing that we need to do, and that is to turn off our light. Then it tells us that we should take the old bulb out. It reminds us that we should stand on a low stool, not high, so we don't fall. Turn the bulb to the left. That means counterclockwise. Counterclockwise means to move the opposite way of a clock. So we're turning to the left, taking the bulb out, put it in a basket, then take the new bulb out of the package, carefully screw the bulb in right or clockwise, turning it just like a clock, and then turn it on to see if it works. Now, there are time order words in our paragraph to help us understand the order of our events. We have first, we have next, we have then, and we have finally. Okay, so the time order words make it clear for our reader what they are reading and the steps in the order in which they should take them. All right. Spatial order words also help to make our directions clearer. Here we have beside the window. Beside tells us where something is. This is a spatial order word. To the left tells us where to turn. This is also spatial order, to the left. Counterclockwise, also spatial order, the opposite way of a clock. Counter means the opposite way, okay? Inside, also spatial order word. It tells us to put it inside the box. Where do we put the bulb? Inside the box. Reach up. Where do we reach? Do we reach to the side? Do we reach down? No, we reach up. Up is a spatial order word telling us where we should reach. Then we have to the right or clockwise. Also spatial order words telling us where we should turn the bulb when we put it back inside. Okay? All right. Anybody who does not understand the difference between time order Anyone who does not understand the difference between time order or spatial order? All right, great. Okay. Now, one of the sentences in our paragraph tells us the main idea. The main idea sentence in our paragraph tells us what all of our other sentences are talking about. Who can tell me which sentence is the main idea? Hello, Yusuf. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yusuf, which sentence is our main idea sentence?
To 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 change the light bulb in the playroom.
Okay, so that is correct. This is, can you move away from the person behind you so we can hear? I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you, Yusuf, so that we can hear, okay? All right, so Yusuf said to change the light bulb in the playroom. So the sentence says, to change the light bulb in the playroom, you must first turn off the light. This is our main idea. Our paragraph is about changing the light bulb in the playroom. All of the other sentences tell us how to do it. Okay, so that is our main idea. Thank you, Yusuf. Okay, let's move on to the second page. Now, I'm going to give you a minute to read numbers 1 to 5. I want you to read number 1 to 5 to yourself. Okay, read numbers 1 to 5. All right, first we're going to read the sentences together. I'm going to ask you to read the sentence and tell me which word is the time order word in our sentence, okay? Which word is the time order word in our sentence? All right. Okay, Muhammad, you can read number 1 for us.
Hello?
Yes, Muhammad.
To carry a canoe by car, you must first attach a canoe rack to the roof of your car.
Okay, so
First,
okay, very good. That's right. First is the time order word in our sentence, okay? Let's read number 2 now. Thank you, Muhammad.
you're welcome.
All right. Let's read number 2. Ragmini,
Yes,
can you read number 2 for us?
of course. Finally, use ropes to tie the canoe securely to your car. The time order word is finally.
Finally, very good. Okay,
Miss
thank you
Amanda?
very much. Finally, yes? One second, honey. Let me find your name. Just a second. Yes, Ragmini.
I was checking to see you. I was checking if you can hear you. Hear me. I was checking if you
Yes,
can
honey, I
hear
heard
me.
you. You're a little bit broke. I can hear you, yes. Your connection, I don't know if it's your connection or mine, but one of them is breaking up. But I can hear you. We heard your response. Okay? All right, number 3, please. Number 3, Jenna.
Then rest the canoe on the rack. Then
Okay. Then rest the canoe on the rack. What time order word, Jenna?
then
Then, correct. Very good. Thank you. All right. I want to hear voices I have not heard today. Iad, read number 4, please.
Okay. Next, work with a friend to turn the canoe over.
What's the time order word?
Gone
I can't hear
over.
you.
Canoe over.
Next, work with a friend to turn the canoe over. Which word in the sentence tells us when?
Canoe over.
Which word? Which word is time order?
Next, work.
I can't hear you, honey. I'm sorry.
Next, can you hear me?
Next, right. Next is the time order word that tells us when something happens. Very good. All right, and the last one, Iad. Hello, Iad. Hello, Iad. Guys, remember I told you it's really important that you're ready to answer when I call on you.
Yes, Miss Amanda.
All right, Adito, are you there? Adito, are you there?
yes,
Can you read number 5 for us?
yes. As soon as the canoe
is upside down, lift it up.
Okay, what's the time order words in the sentence?
It's as soon.
As soon as, okay, right, as soon as. All right, let's take a look at these together. I'm gonna pull it down into the side. All right, so we have time order words in our sentence. Just like your classmates told us, we have. Just 1 second, trying to move your names out of the way so I can see. Your names are on my screen. So I cannot see. All right, there we go. All right, so in the first sentence, to carry a canoe by car, you must first tells us the time order. Finally, use ropes to tie the canoe. Finally, then rest the canoe. Then, next, work with a friend. And next, as soon as the canoe is upside down. As soon as. These are our time order words. First, finally, then, next, and as soon as. Now, we're going to put these words in order. I'm sorry, we're going to put these sentences in order. The time order words help us to put them in order. All right, let's ask your classmates. Leanne, tell me which one of these sentences would come first in a paragraph?
Uh, to carry a canoe by car, you must first attach a canoe rack to the roof of your car.
That's right. This is the first sentence, and we know that because,
First.
okay, that's our clue, right? First, very good, honey. Thank you. Okay. Farah, can you tell me what would come next?
Yes, sure.
Remember, they're trying to put the canoe on top of the car.
On top of the car?
Yeah, they're trying to put the canoe on top of the car. So the canoe is with them on the ground beside the car. What do they have to do?
Then rest the canoe on the rack.
No, it's not up on the rack to rest it down yet. Okay, let's ask a friend to help us. Let's see. Looking for voices I have not heard. Wahba. Good morning, Wahba. What would we do?
Good morning.
If we were trying to put the car up onto the rack on the top of the car, what would be the thing that we have to do after first sentence? What's the next sentence we should add?
I don't understand. No, like I don't understand the question.
After the first sentence, Leanne, okay, I'll repeat it for you, just listen. Leanne told us that the first sentence in our paragraph should be to carry a canoe by car, you must first attach a canoe rack to the roof of the car. What do I need to do next to get the canoe up on top of the car?
Tie the canoe on top of the car.
Okay, that
no,
says
miss,
finally. So would that be the
okay.
next step?
Next, work with a friend to turn the canoe over.
What would be the next step after? Exactly. So the first thing we decided we're going to put it up on top of the car. The next thing we have to do is turn the canoe over, okay? All right, so that's the second sentence. Thank you, Wahaba. All right, what comes after that? Now we've turned the canoe over. Remember, our goal is to try to get the canoe on top of the car. What do we do after
After next week with a friend, then rest the canoe.
I can't hear you, honey.
After
Can you raise your voice a little bit?
after next work with a friend to turn the canoe over, then rest the canoe on the rack.
Okay, it says, next work with a friend to turn the canoe over. So we've turned the canoe over, it's still on the ground next to the car. What do we need to after that?
Then rest the canoe on the rack.
That's right, we rest the canoe on the rack. Very good, honey. No, we can't rest it yet. I'm sorry, no, that's not right. We can't rest the canoe on the rack if it's still on the ground. What do we have to do to it, Melik, if it's on the ground beside the car? We've decided we're going to put the canoe on the car. We turn the canoe over. That's what Wahba told us to do, turn the canoe over. What do we have to do now to get the canoe onto the car? It's laying on the ground beside the car. What do we have to do? Let's ask a friend to help us. Good that we have friends here handy and ready to help. Let's see, Moaz. The car is next to us on the ground. And the canoe is next to the car on the ground. What do we have to do to get the canoe onto the rack?
As soon as the canoe is upside down, lift it up.
That's exactly right. So it says, as soon as the canoe is upside down, this is related to this before when we said we're going to turn it over. As soon as the canoe is upside down, we lift it up above the car, okay? Because the rack is on top of the car. So we lift it above the car. All right. So first we decided we're going to put it on the roof. Next, we turned it over. Now we've lifted it up. What's the next step? What is our next step? Leela. What's our next step, Leela? Hello, Leela.
Hello. Hello.
Next step after we lift the canoe up.
Finally use ropes to
Let's look at the choices. Let's read.
what?
Okay, you're picking up, honey. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I'm not sure if it's my connection or if it's yours, but I can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, let's first talk about what we've done. We decided to put the canoe on the top of the car. We decided to turn the canoe over. We've lifted it up. Now what do we have to do? We're standing next to the car, holding the canoe in our hands, lifting it up in the air. What do we have to do next?
Finally,
which one will we choose? Then rest the canoe on the rack or finally use the ropes to tie?
finally,
Okay, I can't hear you at all, honey. I'm gonna try to mute and unmute again. Just 1 second. Okay, Leela, try again. Can you tell me what will we do next?
do you hear me now?
I can hear you, yes.
So we will use.
Are you answering?
Yeah.
Because I don't hear you anymore. Okay, I'm gonna have to pick someone else so that we can hear, okay? I'm sorry, I don't know what it is, if it's a connection with you or with me. All right, let's try Ead. Ead, can you tell us what we would do next?
Yes. Finally, use ropes to tie
Okay.
the use the can to tie the canoe.
Okay. Where, I'm sorry?
I said finally use the ropes to tie the canoe.
We have two, okay. We have 2 steps left. We have then rest the canoe on the rack and finally use ropes to tie the canoe. Which one of those would come next? Which one would come before the other?
Rest the canoe on the bench.
On the rack. Okay, that's correct. So let's take a look at the. To carry a canoe by car, you must first attach a canoe rack to the roof of your car. Next, work with a friend to turn the canoe over. So we have to turn it over. Then, as soon as the canoe is upside down. So this is a reference to the sentence before. We know it comes after the one before because of the reference to it being upside down. As soon as the canoe is upside down, lift it up. Then rest the canoe on the rack. We're going to put it on top of the car. Once it's on top of the car, we use the ropes to tie the canoe securely to your car. Finally, okay? All right. I'm going to end the meeting here. We're going to come back. We have only 3 minutes left. I'm going to end it. First, I'm going to take your attendance, and I'm going to end our meeting. And then we'll come back and we'll do the practice page together, okay? All right, just one second while I got your names. All right, I have your names written down. Okay, I'm going to end our meeting and I'll see you guys back at 9:25. Okay, I'm going to try to log right back in. I hope I don't have the same problem I had the first time. If I am a minute or two late, know that I am on my way. Hang tight, I'm coming, okay? See you in the next meeting. I'll get the questions when we come back. Let me see. Abdurrahman, do you have a question?
No,
Guys,
I
if your
want
hands are up just to answer,
answer.
please lower your hands.
I wanted to answer.
Okay, honey. If your hand up just to answer, please put your hand down. Sarah, you have a question? Sarah, you have a question?
No, I forgot to lower my hand.
Okay, honey. Yusuf, do you have a question?
Yes, Miss. You said
What's your question?
we'll come back at 9:25,
That's right.
and it's
That's the next meeting, 9:25.
yes, it's
I'm
already
sorry?
25.
It's 9:20. Yes, it's 9:25, but I have to start the new meeting. The time is finished for the first one. Okay? All right, I'm going to close and come back. Farida and Leela, I'll get you in the next meeting. Okay, I'm closing now. I'll see you in the